Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. Not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. I'm Elijah, and this is the message that the Lord God has given unto me to give unto you, not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. So let's get into it. I have the dreams for you, but let me comment on something. I just finished reading listening to Truth Unveiled 77, and this a brother of mine. Yeah, this is one of God's. I know he doesn't understand that how much God loves him and how much he is on the right path. And sometimes the Lord God put people in your life to keep you moving in the right direction and let you know that you're on the right path. But anyway, so Truth Unveiled 77, we got into a lot of things, a lot of truthful things that are in that. But where we go wrong sometimes, we just put things, we add to things, we make stuff add to things that we don't really need to add onto. And a lot of truth is in what the young man was talking about September the 23rd, 2017. So they have a lot of truth into that. But also he was talking about the Tar, T-A-U, Tar. And then the Tar he had on this blue talking about the signet and the covenant. So the signet, this is the signet, so that he would know, not by might nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. That's the signet. So if you go listen to that video and get towards the end, that's what he's talking about. It's the Lord God talking about the signet. And he gave Zerubbabel the signet, and that's found in Haggai. And he told you that I'm going to send Elijah to you before the great and dreadful day of the Lord. And that's all the Lord God had me to do, and still have me do it, is to fulfill prophecy. And he just sent me here, sent me there, and all I did was fulfill prophecy. I don't know where I got that fulfill prophecy. So you should go listen to that video. The video has a lot of truth in it. A lot of truth is in that video. Now you might get thrown off with the names. He used the Hebrew names, and which is, I mean, I'm not into Hebrew names that much. I mean, Lord God has been taught me and have showed me that he, well, I mean, the Romans won, and the Romans took and written our history down. What they let us, that's what they did. And so when you go read the book of Maccabees, the second book of Maccabees, chapter 2 to chapter 4, you see that what Jason had done unto the Bible. And also he got what Constantine, the Romans, Tyrus, and what they have done. So let me get past that. So I had to do that because that's for somebody who asked me to comment upon that. And I had a lot more to comment upon that, but not right now. Man, over the weekend, man, the Lord God, and besides, I had other dreams that I didn't tell you from the weekend before. Man, the Lord God has been giving me so much, and we don't understand. We think things stop. Things don't stop. Things keep going on, whether you hear or whether you're not here. Things still keep going on. So let me get to what these dreams that I had. Okay. I was in the house preparing for a woman and a man to leave. They had this man that was loving this woman or wanted her. She was sitting at the table with other people. I had a can of raw blue paint that I had and I spilled. I told the man I had to clean up, and I thought it would be hard to get up since I wasted up on the carpet. It was a shag carpet. So I started cleaning up. I'll go back over the dream. So I started cleaning up, and I wound up, and the woman backed up. Well, started cleaning up. The woman backed her chain up from leave her another. And now this is the part where I didn't write. I wrote something down. The woman backs her chain up from I leave with her and another man. We go to the train station. I watch as they take the train, each one of them, but I tell them I have to go back and clean up the blue paint. When I get back to the towel, I get back and I clean up the paint with a towel and start cleaning up the blue paint. They have this one man who knew what I did. He is furious at me. He sees me. Uh, he takes a hot paint store, instead of hot, but a hot iron, and at me and tells me and I tells him, if you brand me, I'm going to murder you. I am a murderer, and I've been in the army, and that's what I have learned to do, murder. He takes the hot story and put it to my stomach, so I takes it from it out of his hand and start hitting him with it and start killing him. Uh, he runs into the room and gets in the top of a bunk bed. Now I am two strings in the paint store and hitting him in the face with my fist, turning it and punching him in the face. The man in the next bunk is watching me. I am still trying to get the paint store and punching him at the same time. Goes on for at least 5 to 10 minutes and I wake up. So let me repeat the dream to you. I was in the house and this woman and this man, they was preparing to leave. And they had this man that was loving this woman that the other man that was leaving with her. So she was sitting at the table with the other people, and I had a can of raw blue paint, and I took it and I spilled it. I spilled it on the rug. Now the rug was a brown shag rug. And so I told the man that I had to clean it up, and I thought it would be hard for me to get it up since I wasted on this carpet, on the brown shag carpet. So I started cleaning up, and the woman backs her, say chain. The woman backs her chair up from the table, and I leave with her and another man. So she backs up, say chain, but that's how my writing it's not all that good at times. But anyway, so she backs her chair up from the table, and she gets to leave with this other man. So we go to the train station. So I watch as they take the train. Now at the train station, they don't show me the train but they show the trains like miniature trains, and each one of them took a train. It say to the train say, now watch as they take the train, each one of them. But I tell them I have to go back and clean up the blue paint of the table. So when I get back, I have a towel in my hand. So now I'm back on the floor cleaning up the raw blue paint off the brown shag rug. So as I start cleaning it up, they have this one man who knew what I had did, because I had left with the people and I took the woman that he was loving and took her and the other man together and took them to the train station for this. Now, so he knew what I had did. Now he was furious at me. So he sees me take this hot paint store. So I'm saying a hot paint store. But you know how the Lord God send you people and tell you things. So really it was a hot iron. That it was the hot branding iron. That's exactly what it look at. When you know if you have a paint store, the iron paint store, the metal paint store, and the branding iron look the same. Both of them look the same. But anyway, so both of them look the same. So he takes this hot paint store and iron, comes at me. I tells him, and that's what I tell him. I say, man, and I'm in the doorway. Cleaning up the paint, because that's how the paint felt. And so he had this iron, and you can see the silver iron. I tell him, man, if you brand me, that's what I say, if you brand me with it, I'm going to murder you. I didn't say kill you. I said, I'm going to murder you, because I am a murderer. That's what I told him. I am a murderer. I've been in the army, and that's what I have learned, how to do murder. That's what I told him. So he takes the hot stir, and he put it to my stomach. So I'm thinking this thing's going to really burn and hurt, but I don't care how much it burned and hurt me. I was going to really put it on to him. So as I tasted, so when he did it, he put it on my stomach. So as he did it, I just took that hot iron from out of his hand. That's what I did. I took it out of his hand. I never felt the heat or nothing. So I takes it out from his hand. And I start hitting him with it. I start really beating him with it. And so Yeah, started Bill. Really started killing him with it because the way I had it, but I didn't get to do it. So he runs into this room and he jumps into the top of this bunk bed. And so, but I had the paint story in my hand. Now I'm just hitting and I'm just hitting him in the face with my fist and everything. And he just holding on to that paint story. He won't let it all the way loose. But I got it and I'm still hitting him with it. So as I'm hitting with it, now they got this black line. Now he laying on top of a brown bed. I got the paint stirrer and I'm hitting him with it. And they have this black line. This a black line. Just like like a cable line or something like that. They have a black line. And it's really preventing me from hitting him and killing him like I want to hit him. Right? I really want to murder him with it. So it's stopping me. So, but they have this man in the next top bunk. He looking at me as I'm doing it, man. I got that paint story, man, and I'm punching him, and boy, it goes on for like 5 minutes or so, 5 to 10 minutes. Then I wake up from that dream. But, so that was another dream. Then after that dream, then I had told you about the storehouse and the chicken dream. So let me tell. Oh, hold up, I got another dream. Got another dream. Man. So I told you about the weapon dream. Okay, just give me a second, a few seconds, because I want to tell you these dreams. These dreams are very important, especially those who knows how to read and interpret dreams. And even if you don't, sooner or later the Lord God is going to reveal them to you. Now, this is a dream that I had especially for this person who asked me to look at this video, and I told him, say, because I had a dream the night before. So the night before. So when I go and look at the screen, the video screen and everything, so I see where he had notified me and told me that to look at this video and comment upon it. So I looked at the video and I commented. But I told him before I really looked at all the video, because I knew what the video was about already. But I was humble. I was being humble and obedient. And so afterwards I went and finished it up this morning. I finished looking at all the video, and it was just like I thought it would be. Because the Lord God had already told me and showed me. But the guy who asked me to look at and review the video, man, this man, every time now and then God has seen someone in your life that that they're intelligent, but when they are being held back. But anyway, so yeah, he's highly intelligent, this young man. He's highly intelligent. But certain things in life, because sometimes what we have been, these people have been taught us to dumb us down. We think these people giving this information out to educate us and to lift us higher, but they're not. They're giving you this information to keep you down with them and hoping that you never find out the truth, who truly you are and what you are. But anyway, so let's go to the second dream. So I was in this restaurant at a club setting. Denzel was singing "That's Heaven to Me" by Sam Cooke. I had this woman trying to get upstairs to listen to him. White woman, one of Esau children, Becky, as they call her. So I opened up the door and she went in, and I started walking up the stairs, but I had jumped on a stack of something, and I said it is hard to get to see him. Next scene, I was with okay. So I want to explain these dreams before I go to the next. Both these dreams combined. But I was in the restaurant cell. Sometimes you don't remember what you was doing before you get to a certain setting or a certain scene in your dream or vision, whatever you had. So, but at this time, I had gotten in a restaurant with this woman, and so I can hear Denzel singing a Sam Cooke record. So I think that's heaven to me that he was singing. Because Sam Cooke used to sing gospel, and I suggest that you go listen to them gospel records that he used to sing, man. It touches your heart, it warms you. But anyway, so as she getting there, so I opened up the door for her to get up the stairs to go see Sam Cooke. So, but as I trying to get up the stairs to listen to him, Becky, white woman, trying to get so I opened up the door. She went in and I started walking up the stairs. I said, man, as I go up the stairs, it wasn't that easy for me to get up the stairs. But I see this stack of something. I don't know if it's a stack of records, stack of papers, or whatever it's a stack of. So I jump off the stairs and then I jump on the stack. And I said to her, man, it's hard to get to see him just like that. So next scene, I'm with this short person. I know a short person. We are friends. He was strapped down to a bomb or a machine. Maximilian was trying to keep us with him as he launched this nuclear warhead. I'm gonna go back over it. No, nuclear warhead to destroy everything in the world. But I unstrapped him and we left. We had a cell phone and we was trying to hide until after the explosion or bombs go off. They were on Maximilian was tracking us with a cell phone. We went into this two-story house. He wanted to put the friend out with he wanted to put them under a mattress. I told him no, next room. So we wanted to do this. We went to the next room. He wanted to do the same thing, and they had two people lying in the bed under the covers. The covers was this. The covers was this green or yellow looking covers. You know how they have that greenish yellow looking color. So that's how the cover was. He breaks a picture of the couple. You know, the glass on the picture, he breaks it. Next scene, we are with the white couple sitting outside, and this man was sitting in a chair looking at the broken glass in the picture in the picture photos. So that's what's I'm gonna go back over the dream again. So man, I can't tell you everything of it, but I'm gonna tell you this part of it. So in the dream or the vision that I was in the spirit world. So I'm with the same guy who had asked me to view this video, but I didn't know at the time. So I was with him, and I knew it was him because I'm taller, he's a little shorter, but the way his hair was plaited. But I'm with him, and now he's strapped, just like I said, he was strapped down to this person. Say next to our friend, he was strapped down to this person, to this bomb or this machine. That's where it was, because we was in the future. That's where it was, and we had on pale green. We was pale green. Everything was pale green. Everything was dressed in pale green, like pale green jumpsuit. And he was in a pale green jumpsuit. I was in a pale green jumpsuit. The bomb that was lying down to, and then it said Maximilian, and that's what it said, just like that. And you know how you hear voices in your dreams and visions. It said Maximilian was trying to keep us with him as he launched this nuclear warhead or this machine that can destroy everything in the world. And so he was strapped to that machine. So I unstrapped him to that machine. But I unstrapped him for the machine. And just like I said, Maximilian. That's what it said. That's in the dream, vision, whatever it said Maximilian. So I know who was doing it, Maximilian. But I think we was like in the future, and this was happening. And so, but anyway, so as I'm with him, now I'm strapped in. So now we had the cell phones, and I had he had a cell phone, and I had an iPad. We're gonna say iPad or a pad, Samsung pad or one of them. And so as I had that, so we leaving out. So now they're tracking us with the cell phone, the iPad that we had. So he wanted to take him, and next thing was in the two-story house. So next thing he wants to take him and put it under the mattress to hide them and everything. I said, no. I tell him, no, I told him that's not a good idea. That's what I told him. And so what we was doing was trying to hide them until after the explosion or the bombs go off. That's what we was trying to do. But because they know Maximilian was tracking us with the two cell phones. And like I said, Maximilian was tracking us with these two cell phones. So we go in the house. So as we go in the house, the first room, you want to take and put the cell phone. I said, no, man, that's not a good idea for you to put it on there, because we was going to, after the bomb or whatever go off, we still wanted to have communications. So the next one we go into, so they have this couple, they're in the bed. But the couple that's in the bed, they are under this cover, but the cover is that green yellowish looking color that they have. So those are covered on, but we'll never see the woman and man face, but we know that's a woman and man that's under these covers. What they was doing, we don't know, because all we seen was them being under the covers. But as we was in the house, he knocked down, or I knocked down, someone knocked down over this picture, and it broke the frame, it broke the glass that was in the frame of the picture. And so as he does that, so the next room he he go in there, want to see, but like I said, they had the people under the covers in the picture. So the next scene after that happened, we go to like going third, but the next scene we on the porch, and as we on the porch, second floor porch, the man now he's up, and I'm with him. I'm with the friend that I'm with, and the man and the woman. The man sitting down in the chair, and he takes the picture frame and everything. See that the glass is broken and everything, and he just looking at it. And the woman standing back up there, she just looking at him also. And so as we stand there, and he looking in the chair, and the glass broke, and next thing you know, I just woke up from that dream. That's what happened. Oh yeah, man. All I can do is give it to you like the Lord God has given it unto me. All right, I'm gonna give you this one dream here, then I'm gonna the dream. I'm gonna get another part to a dream that I had, but I'll tell you that tomorrow. But let me give you this other dream. These men was working on this back street with hammers, and it was on hammers and a bar and dynamite and a new way to open, trying to get onto this other street. So I was looking at the new garage. It was great. And when the men had to use the dynamite to clear the road, they would go into this bar type room, a party with the women and men, and they would be filled, and the room be filled up with balloons, party balloons and women. To seal them, they will go out again. I'm gonna tell you the dream again. So when they go out again, they'll go out again, making the opening in the street again, and you could see the gravel and dirt that was moving. They would say it was the mayor's new house, and I said, man, I wonder would they do this uptown? And I heard the dynamite go off, and as they was building, they go in the party again. That people would do this, and the owner was running speaking building, put them out to see the balloons coming down. Let me explain the dream. So in this dream, I can see these people. The people's on the street. The street is empty. All it have is like the black gravel, or what they call that. Oh man, I can't think of the black stuff. It's not tall. Oh man, asphalt on the street and everything. But I'm at one end of the street, and I look way down the other street. So they have these men, and these men have tools and everything, and they're trying to take this fence down. And I'm thinking that that's what they're doing, trying to take this fence down or something to get so they can open up to the street. And now on the street on the right hand side, all I can see is these new garages. The new garages are double garages, and they are great. And then they have other types of garages that are a little down far from them, and and you can see that it was just like a back of people's houses, where they come in the back and go in the garage and then go out on the street to wherever they are doing. And so as these men are trying to take down the streets and everything, I see them building everything. So next scene, they are in like a large room, like a room that you celebrate, dance and everything, and they was in a large room like that. So as they're in a large room, they have balloons and ceiling, and they partying and everything. Now everything is brown in this vision or dream. Everything is brown. So as they partying and everything, I hear the explosion go off. The dynamite, I'm saying dynamite, but this explosion go off, boom. So as the explosion go off, they dance and party and everything. So they leave. So the next dreams also. The next vision is doing the same thing. The men at the end of the road, now they have, look like the fence or wooden fence or whatever they're doing, and they start building, but they never break through to go to the other side. And so as they're doing that, I said, now I wonder if they would do this uptown, just like they said. And they said they was building the mayor's new house. That's what they say. I know what the dream means, but anyway, I'm just telling you what they say. They say they building the mayor's new house. And I said, well, I wonder what they do all the explosion, all that nailing, hammering uptown. And so as the men finished doing that, so now they're ready for the explosion to go off again. So they go back in the building, they go back in the party and things. And man, they have this day and this time it's there in a long time. So as this day in a long time, the people that own it and the people that's running or the people that working for the men, they come, they have to make the people leave out the house this time, out the building or the restaurant, whatever they're doing. They have to make them and stop them from partying. So as they goes out, you see the balloons start floating down. The balloons are red and blue balloons. And they start flowing down, then you hear the explosion go off again. And so as they go out and see, and the balloons coming down, then I wake up in that dream. But in the dream, like I said, what they was doing, that's what they were doing. Say, they was making the mayor's new house. That would say they will say it is the mayor's new house. That's what they're doing. So we know that's coming about. So they're gonna do that. The mayor, they're gonna have a new city hall. Well, I'm not saying. I'm just telling you what's in the dream. So I have another dream for you. I have another dream for you. But this other dream I have for you, it's way out there. It's way out there. All right. Okay. I want to see Isaiah chapter 43. Well, I read that to you. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, man. I want to tell you this other dream. Oh, I got time. I guess I have time to tell you this other dream. Man, this other dream, I guess the Lord God haven't said, because I have a lot of time to tell you about the dream. Okay. It's a beautiful dream that I had, man. It's a wonderful dream that I had. It's one of those dreams that tell you where you're at on the timeline. And if you've been listening to me, you know I told you what they're collecting 144,000. I told you that's what they're doing. That's what's going about right now. And other things happen. If you go listen to all my videos, which I doubt, because they take videos down, they put videos up, and they release things that say, and then on my videos you have to type in behold Elijah, Adam prophecy, behold Elijah, Gad, and when you do that, that's the only way, most of the time, it's the only way you can find my videos, because I've been doing this since last year, since I started, and the dream started last year. Then I read you a whole lot of old dreams, and all these dreams now are starting to come to pass. Just like I read you that dream where the Lord God told you that he's going to do something in the earth that's going to change, that's going to affect everybody and everything. So we know that has came to pass. So the next dream I told you about along that line is about, he's showing the next player with the roaches and the bugs and everything. I told you about the dream that I had where he's showing the dirt. So all these things that the Lord God has shown, said, wait, whether you want to believe him or not, that's up to you. That's up to you. But the Lord God told me and tell me, said, man, warn the people. He set you as a watchman for you to warn the people about those things will come. Just like I told you about like I seen a future with this young man, this friend of mine, as I call him a friend, was a brother, and like I told you about Maximilian, that we said Maximilian, and he was strapped to this bomb with Maximilian, in this nuclear warhead, that it was want to destroy everything in the world. That's how powerful and everything. And so I go there and take him. So the Lord God telling and warning you about these things that will come to pass. Well, you forbid for you forbid. I'm just warning you about these things as he told me. So listen. So I was on the lakefront with these two other men. So lakefront, could be anywhere, so lakefront. And so I look up, it was a very cloudy night. I mean, you know how them nights be, like the moon be full and it be cloudy, you can see everything. So it was night like that. So I was very cloudy night. I'm going to tell you the dream and go back over. I looked up, it was a very cloudy night. At first I thought I had seen two moons. And I touched one of the men that was with me. I said, man, you see that? Two moons. By the time I told him that the moon was racing or moving to the top of the sky, as I was looking, I see lightning flashing from the moon, but only like a little distant from it. Then I saw the two moons again. Next, I touched a man to me and I said, man, you see that? The planet everyone was talking about. It was blue, but it took more, it was blue, but it looked more like a large orb, metal blue, to match the sky at night. Next scene, we was all at the small business and it's closed. So I'm along with the two other men that was sitting at the desk. One was looking on his phone for the news. The other said, I'm not good at that, but at social media. So I reached and put a small laptop on the desk. Next, I see something that looks like a comet in the sky. A large fireball in front with smaller balls behind, like a length together on the line. I said, man, did you see that? Looks like a comet. Next, we go outside and I start walking north. We get to a short distance. They have this man, another person standing a yard behind him. I asked him, did you see that? And he said, it looked like a comet. Just like that. He told me how it looked. See, it looked like, I'm going to go back over it. And before he could complete it, they have this white car drives up. 4 people get out. The man asked, did not you see the comet or the fire in the sky? The man said, yes. And he turned to speak to me again. But this time, the man who came out the driver's side started singing about their home, and the man who I was talking to joined in, and then all started to sing the same song in harmony. Man, the song and the words was one. Then the young man then walked next to the man and said, Chief, I could never forget thee. And all looked like the same people. The chief and the young man looked like the same people when they had met. I saw all of them standing around. I woke up. So let me go back and explain to the dream, because man, this dream here was like, and I had dreams like this from time to time, but it's been such a long time since I had a dream. Since I had a dream like this, and I usually tell them to people. I have them in a different video. But anyway, so I was like in a lakefront setting. And so we was on lakefront, me and 2 other people. And it might have been the same guy that that was with Maximilian doing his thing. But anyway, so I look up in the sky, man. I see the moon. You know how the moon goes through the clouds at night. And there's a full moon. So I looked and I said, man, that's 2 moons. And so I see 2 moons. I said, man, it looked like I saw 2 moons. Because that's how fast it had went. So when I said that, so I touched him and said, man, did you see that? It looked like 2 moons. So he started looking up also. So they started looking up at the sky. So all of a sudden the moon get to a certain height in the sky, like it's racing. You know how the sky be moving and everything move fast. And so this is the way it was. And then the moon goes to the top, and then next thing I see two lightning bolts. It wasn't that large of a lightning bolt. So you look in the sky, you know, things seem smaller, but really they're really large. But anyway, so they fire. You know, 2 of them come from the moon down to whatever was beneath them, and beneath it, and it hit twice. So it hit once. I see the flash once. The next thing I know, you can see the flash in the sky, the lightning in the sky. You don't see the flash itself. So next, man, I see the 2 moons again. I said, look, there it is. And it was like 2 moons again, you know, like one moon reflecting off another moon. That's what it appeared to be. So as it did that, so now we about to leave. And I said, man, look at that. So it was a blue, it was a blue orb. They say a blue spirit. It was a large spirit. Oh yeah, it was a large spirit in the sky, but it didn't look smooth or nothing like that. It looked round like metal. You know how someone take metal and wrap on top of metal? That's what it was, orbs. It was spheres, and it was like metal wrapped on top of metal. You know what? I think I seen this one time in oh man, this picture, oh man. Oh man, it's a comedy picture about this people come from Earth and they blow up the Earth and stuff like that. Oh man, I can't think of none where they had this towers. Why I can't think of that picture, and I watched this picture. But anyway, so it was like a blue orb like that, man. It was huge. I mean, this spirit, I'm gonna say spirit, and it was huge, and it looked it. That's how it looked. I said, man, look, you see that? And boy, they saw it too, but it was blue, and it just fit inside the blue sky. So if you wasn't paying close attention, you wouldn't even see it because that's how it that's the same color the sky was. But when you look for a little while, then you can see the outline of it, and then you can see the metal and the thing that's turned over it. I'm still trying to think of the name of this picture. So, but anyway, so after we see that, so the next scene, after we see that, so the next scene, I'm in this like a little. Have you ever went shopping for a used car or something, and like they have this one little, well, how can I put this? One little trailer that sit by itself, a little small trailer, wasn't that large. It might have been like 15 by 10, something like that. And so they were sitting down at the seat, at the desk in the trailer. But I was at the door and I was watching out the door looking because when it came in there, we turned on lights, but I turned the light off. And so as we sitting down there, they wanted to find more information about what was going on and what was happening. So one of them, the guy, he had his cell phone. So he had his cell phone looking through it. And then the other guy that was with him told him, said, man, I'm not good at cell phones. Said, I'm good at social media. But I have a laptop in my hand, a little small laptop or a little, oh man, well, I won't say a laptop, but iPad like. So I have a pad in my hand, so I just take it and I push it over to him. So it looks like more like a little small iPad. So I take it and push it over to him so he can get on social media. So when I turn back around, I said, man, did you see that? So this was a comet, big ball of fire. But as it was going, streaking from east to west, and it was coming down, it was still cloudy at night. You could see it going behind the clouds and everything. But it had a length like, like maybe 10 small balls, 10 small spears behind it. Now, the one that I said comet is a large spear. Then you have the other spears that are laying behind as they're going down. And so I said, man, you see that? And so then the next after we get out, after I say that, we get out. So next scene, we walking headed north on the expressway. We wouldn't walk. So they have this man, he's standing. They have a woman that stands not so far behind him, and they have a man, he's sitting by his fist. And then I say, man, did you see that? And before I could ask him, I said, man, he said, uh, and I said, man, did you see that? And he said, yeah, man, did you see that? Looks like a comet. Next, we go outside and start walking through the North Shore. And then we have this man, another person standing in the yard behind him. I asked him, did you see that? He said, then he tells me, it looks like a comet. And before I could say it, he completed the sentence for me. Then they had, all right, so then after that, a white car drives up. Hope I'm not taking too much time. Hope that you can understand what I said. So they have this white car drives up, but this car, I couldn't see what type, but I know it's a large car, so it looked like an old Cadillac or old Lincoln, one of those type of large photo cars drive up. And the people that was in it, they was pretty large people. And so as they drive up, and me and him start talking, so one of the men gets out, they had 4 people, all 4 of them drive, gets out, and all 4 of them leave their door open and stand up next to their door. But the man that was driving in the driver's side, he's the leader of them. And but at the time I didn't know. So so the man asked, did you see the comet or the fire? The man get out the car with the other 4 people and the one on the driver's side. He asked the man that I'm talking to next to the fence. He asked him, say, did you see the comet or the fire in the sky? The man said yes, and turned to speak to me again. So he was standing up, and I'm talking to him, But the man got out of the car. He asked him, did you not see the fire in the sky or the comet in the sky? So the man I'm talking turned to the other man and say, yes, I did. And then he turns back and starts talking to me. So as he started talking to me again, but this man turned to the man who came out the driver's side door, starts, they started singing. That's what he did. He started singing. Just like he said that, he said, when he turned, he said, yes, I did, and started turning back to me. So as he turned back to me, the man that came out the driver's side of the door, he started singing a song about their home, and the man who I was talking to, all of them started joining in at the same time. Started singing that song. Man, perfect harmony, the words were perfect, everything lined up. Man, it was a beautiful song that they were singing. Man, I just listened. Yes, I heard the words to the song, and it was about them going home and about them coming in. Then the young man, then after start singing, all of them start singing the same song, and the words was one. The young man then walked next to the man and said, Chief, how could, yeah, the chief's asked, said, that's the man who asked, said, did you see this? And as he started saying the song, next the man said, Chief, I could never forget thee. And all looked like the same people, and the chief and the young man looked like the same people. And he walks up to the chief in the car and put his head to the next song. I'll repeat the last part again. As he starts singing the song, as the chief starts singing the song, and as the chief starts singing the song, then the young man that I was talking to, he starts singing the song. They're about the same. I mean, these tall people like 6'4", 6'5", something like that. At least, they're over 6 foot. And so he starts singing the song, and man said, Chief, I could never forget thee. Then all of them look at it, and all of them look at it, start singing the song. Then he went over and touched him. Man, it was, all I can do is try to explain the dream to you as the Lord God has given it to me. But it is a beautiful song. So let's go there. Oh, man, come on, man. The Lord God has shown me where that's at. And tell you, see, bro, y'all, the 144,000 are being collected. And so as I was, like I said, man, this is a beautiful thing that Lord God had me to witness. And man, it was, oof. All right, so let's go there. Let's go there. See, I'm gonna see. Let's see. Revelation chapter 9. Let's see if I'm just gonna see if it's here. I see Revelation chapter 7. I see. All right. See. All right. This Revelation chapter 7 verse 4. That's not it. So we're gonna go to Revelation chapter 9. Oh man. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Because I want to get it right. Because like I said, I didn't. Lord God showed it to me. Man, you gotta forgive me because when these things happen, I be so excited that the Lord God be and showed me things and revealed things unto me. Man, it's just like man. Revelation chapter 14. Revelation chapter 14. Let's go to Revelation chapter 14, verse 1. I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having the Father's name written in their foreheads. And I heard a voice from heaven, as the voice of many waters, as the voice of great thunder. And I heard the voice of harping with their harps. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts and the elders. And no man can learn the song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. And as they were, these are they which were not defiled with woman, for they are virgins. These are they which follow the Lamb wheresoever he goeth. Excuse me. And they were redeemed from the young men, being the first fruits unto God. These were redeemed from among men, the first fruits unto God in the Lamb. And in their mouth was no God, for they was out fought before the throne of God. So that's what the Lord God showed me. Man, I'm telling you, bro. When they start saying, all of them sung the same song, all of them sung the same song at the same time. in the same harmony, the same pitch, and the same everything. So all I can do is give it to you as the Lord God given. I had other dreams and other things also. Some of them I remember, some I didn't. But I try to give you what the Lord God has given me to give to you, and what things that are coming about. But man, but that last dream I told you about, man, that was because in those dreams everything be so vivid, the colors be you really be there. You be there in the spirit world. You just don't know that you're there in the spirit world, and you be there, and man, see, man, I'm telling you that first the moon part and everything, that was like, man, that's the planet everybody, that's what I said, man, that's the planet everybody was talking about, because that was look, the hitchhiker guide through the galaxy, that's the name of the movie. And the hitchhiker, tongue tied now, the hitchhiker, can't think of it now, but that's the Hitchhiker's Guide through the Galaxy, where this man have this tower and everything. They go through the galaxy and everything. But all that they show a picture of an orb or a spear, and it's a blue spear, it's blue orb, and that's what it looked like, something like that. And so, but anyway, so that's what I saw. And I saw the moon. So when that moon was racing to the top of the sky, you know, because you see those clouds and you see it racing. But when I saw saw two of them, and so it's not, and there was clear orbs, and I said it looks like the moon, but we know that the moon had a face of man, but it wasn't like that. These was clear white orbs, and clear white spirits, and you can see the lightning that was shooting from like a light bolt was shooting from. And so when I saw that, so I was amazed at seeing that. The next scene was me being in the house, and then I see that comet or the fireball going, and I see the little small orbs or the little small spheres that were connected to them flying and going through the clouds at the same time, man, and going behind the cloud. So that was amazing too. But then when I hear that, man, when I hear the conversation, the songs between the chief and one of the people, man, when he said chief, I could never forget thee, boy. And that song, it was singing before you, because he was speaking to me. And as you know, how you speaking to somebody and somebody else come up and you don't want to be rude or nothing. So, he turned back to me because he didn't want to be rude. And he wanted to finish conversation with me before he had with them. But so as he talked back to me, and the chief said, didn't you see the comet? And didn't you see the fire through the sky? And the man said, yes. And then he turned back to me. So when he turned back to me, the chief started singing, man. And then, boy, when that chief started singing, the next thing, the other man started singing. And, man, it was a beautiful thing. Man, that was a beautiful song they were singing, too. Don't expect me to remember all the words to the song. Because I tried, I heard the words. If I hear it again, I probably can tell you, yeah, that's the song they were singing. If I see the people again, I can tell you, yeah, that was the people. So those things I could do. But, man, that was a beautiful thing. But anyway, so getting back to the message the young man had wanted, well, the brethren had wanted me to hear, so I got into it. And you got to remember what this says. You got to remember everything's about prophecy, because prophecy is doctrine. So you have to remember, not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, say Lord of hosts. So that's the signet that the Lord God told Zerubbabel, that's found in the book of Haggai. And he told in the book of Haggai, he told him, say, I'm going to use you, Zerubbabel, as a signet. And then go, not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit. So and then he said, the battle shall be like in the days of Midian. So you have to go give out 300 copies. Even if you don't give out 300 copies, that's all right. But if you go give out 300 copies, you're going to be truly blessed. Yeah, you're going to be truly blessed. But then after that, so that's a prophecy being fulfilled. Then the next prophecy that's being fulfilled, he told us, I'm going to send Elijah to you before the great and dreadful day of the Lord, and he should turn the hearts of the children back to the father's heart back to the children. He said, come what? Strike the earth with a curse. So we know that the curse have gone out on the earth, but that's what? But there's another curse coming, and it's way more worse than the first curse, because that's what it is, and you're gonna see that. But you have your children that are being go look and read the book of Isaiah. What that's the first chapter of Isaiah or the third chapter of Isaiah. They tell you about how your children are and how the women are. Go read that. And the Lord God told you, I'm gonna strip you naked before it's all over. You're gonna be stripped naked. I'm telling you, all I can do is tell you. I'm telling you because of what? They were disobedient. He told you, and he told you, he said, man, I'm not gonna leave Israel totally unpunished, not gonna leave Jacob totally unpunished. That was what he told us. So you gotta read those things. You gotta know what these things mean because man, you can go on so far against the word of God. Go read, you know what? Um, go listen to the first and second book of Adam and Eve. And then I made a video called Gunum Time, Genun Time. And with genome, Gunum, whatever you say. And you go listen to that. And then now open up your eyes to a lot of things what we're doing and a lot of things of what's going on. And man, so you are being punished. Oh yeah, it's gonna get worse than this because the Lord God have to punish them also. When you get back in the Bible's forever come, Deuteronomy chapter 20, all those blessings and curses that the Lord said He's gonna do, He's doing them. That's why when you go to Jesus, when you go to the full gospel, and the Lord God tell you about how it's gonna happen in the last days, those things happen. Just like I told you in the time of the tribulation of the prophets, and what come after the time of the tribulation of the prophets. This is not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. Not by might, nor by power, but by my spirit, say the Lord of hosts. And I'm Elijah. Until next time.